if you want to make use of that stars aligned, but Roseleaf Druid, stars aligned, 1/2 of the puzzle in hand for Xixo. Now on the other side, we've heard your opinion on Omni Knight in red green. We see All Seeing One's favor in hand. How do you feel about this?
That card is just awful in this deck here. Why do you even care about that? Let's take a look at the deck list here. I mean, I will say though this is better than the last Omni Knight because there is an Emissary. Emissary's entire job is to come to a lane that has a bunch of units and beef them up. Omni Knight is great at keeping those units alive. So there literally is no reason to run Omni Knight in this deck if you don't have an Emissary. But I trust it.
All right, so...
Is that the wrong deck? Oh, no.
No.
Okay, whew, close call.
No, because we do have the other deck that has the Thunderhide Alphas, right? Some very popular creeps.
Yes, they have
from yesterday.
Risen in popularity.
Risen in popularity and in price.
I hope that
Risen
man
in
bought
value.
so many of those before that match, man. He's going to be rich. They're selling at like 8 cents a pop now.
Yeah, Thunderhide coin quadrupled in value.
Yikes. They should sell it for a quarter. 25,
Something
25,
like
25. It'd be hype. All right, Jammer.
All right, so we have Stormlike here who can play some ramp. I would imagine we want to see the Salamane's favor go into another lane, likely the mid, where you have a red and a green hero already present, and you're going to likely get some favorable trades as well. You can see the X on the Lycan because it's going to die to the Legion Commander, so this is not what's going to happen. Stormlike making me a liar.
Well, that's an interesting choice there to put the... ramp up in lane 1, of course, that is optimal. You do want like your ramp up in lane 1 so you can you know, have a lot of options. But
you also still get some ramp here by playing the Roseleaf Druid. It's not the same level as the Salamane's favor, but it does help you out. Xixo answers with a Druid of his own.
Would have liked to see something. I mean, he knows that that is cleared out of a green unit, so he has a little bit of time. But over here, ooh, that round 1 Mist of Avernus is seeing some value. These boys are keeping alive, and they're keeping that damage, Charmer.
Yeah, the Mist of Avernus, you know, we said it a couple of times today. Played early, you can get a lot of value. You can snowball a lane, kind of win by accident, if you will. I mean, it's not an accident. It's done on purpose.
That is true.
It's not your main objective. This is not a Mist of Avernus deck. This is a ramp deck. This is a Time of Triumph deck. So.
Yeah. Certainly doesn't hurt, though. All that damage staying around. Here we go. Omni Knight getting a couple creeps in here. We might actually see an All-Seeing One's favor, potentially. Or do we just go for the Spring the Trap? I mean, keeping all those creeps alive, that's pretty hype.
Yeah, the Spring the Trap is going to be a strong play if we don't find anything else to pair with it. Now, you know, 2 cards being drawn, we could find Stars Align into something potentially better, but... instead, we see a Salamane's favor and an Unearthed Secrets.
Oh, baby. Not getting those cards that we're really after, although Spring the Trap is pretty hype to have in this early game to spread things out.
And that's exactly what we see, but using it defensively, trying to slow down that Mist of Avernus lane because there's no other presence there.
Oh, no.
Oh, no.
Oh, no, my friend. I was wrong indeed. I got my decks mixed up. Omni Knight does not have the quorum. The Omni Knight deck has the Thunderhide Alpha. So there is literally, yet again, no reason to be running this Omni Knight, in my opinion.
Well, you may want to keep alive a 25-25.
No, you don't.
It's going to die very quickly from damage. You need to heal it.
25? Not at all, Charmer.
It's sick. It needs to see a doctor.
Charmer, it's awful. Oh, gracious me. I've been fooled again, Charmer. Why does this keep happening to me, buddy?
I don't know.
Oh, man. Maybe I'm just not as smart as I thought. That can't possibly be.
Cloak comes down to save the Treant there, and Xixo says, all right, I've had enough. You win this lane. Uses the Blink Dagger to bail out. Instead, wants to go to a lane where the Mist is active. And again, you're trying to push, trying to snowball here. Now, Xixo is also going to get 2 more heroes deploying this next turn. Since this lane is well in hand, I have to imagine those 2 heroes are going to go to the first lane next turn. Also going to see an Unearthed Secrets go there. Maybe even a second one, yes.
Holy Christ. I have to assume this game is just donezo. Now, we said before, you want to draw these 8-round cards, but who needs them with this kind of draw and sustain? Oh, man, that lane is just gone. What do we do? What does he do, Charmer?
I don't.
What does he do?
So I did miss speak earlier. Those Under Secrets actually went to the middle lane.
Yes.
And that makes sense because that's the one that Xixo has abandoned.
Yeah. You just let that one go. Get you some nice generation there on those cards. Looking for those game enders. I do not see another choice but to put those 2 heroes. Ooh.
Yeah, into the first lane. The first lane is going to be the hotly contested lane.
Yeah.
Second lane, easily in favor of Stormlike right now. Third lane, easily in favor of Xixo. So it's going to come down to who can find the pieces of the puzzle and who can get a big tempo play in this first lane. Xixo just needs to draw a finisher of some sort, right? He already has the stars aligned. Unfortunately, just finds more stars to align. He's got a constellation, but nothing to do with it.
Yes, the stars lie to this poor boy. Options here opening up, though, for Storm. He does have another Spring the Trap.
Yes,
oh,
and
hell yeah,
a time of triumph off the Potion of Knowledge.
Money well spent.
This is a very, very big deal. And unfortunately, there's not much that Xixo can do to stop it. Again, a handful of green cards. Most of them ramp. The ones that are not ramp are wolves.
Yeah. That's an easy ramp, though, to the Rose Leaf Druid play. This is very nice.
You think so?
Yeah, absolutely. You just put all the creeps down, stars align will get you through it, and then you just clear out your hand and let your opponent know, I have literally no cards. Please stop. Please stop hurting me.
All right, so Time of Triumph is played by Stormlike on 3 heroes in this lane, and it's looking very, very good.
Oof. But he's got some pretty big problems coming out in that last lane, though, buddy. Middle lane, however, let's take a quick look at that while our boy is thinking. Whoop, that's too far, Charmer.
Yeah, that.
Oh, that's too. I can't go there.
Still not the middle lane.
There it is.
There we go.
I mean, that's receiving some pretty bad damage as well.
Yeah. So it's under siege, but the arrows there are kind of helping Xixo out. In fact, the arrow here from this axe as well is helping Xixo because axe is going to deal 4 siege damage, but that's a big difference from 10.
I told you, man. Ramp up to the Rose Leaf Druid. Block what you can. We still have room for a Savage Wolf, although.
All right, now I was going to say the only reason you play the Druid there is if you want to play the Wolf in an open position, because otherwise you weren't doing anything to prevent damage.
That's right.
Right? The arrow was already pointing axe towards a creep, so I'm a bit puzzled by that. I'm not sure why Xixo wants a wolf in an open slot. I mean, other than that you want the passive to trigger, but that is still a lane occupied by a 3-hero Time of Triumph. So.
I'm really surprised we didn't see a duel right there. But I mean, that is a high-value card, so why not keep it? Well, you know what I always say, Charmer? If it glows, it goes. If you can play some cards, play them. Who cares about all this garbage? Whatever. Put some down in this lane. Whatever.
How has that worked out for you in your Artifact career?
Well, you know, not great.
Is that your motto because you play so many 4-color decks that you don't often get to play cards? There's just not cards highlighted?
Yes, potentially the opportunity to actually play a card is so rare, I get excited and just click the button. But here we go. Options here. I would probably not do anything. Go ahead and TP out. Not doing any damage anyway.
The town portal there makes a lot of sense because you're going to take this lane, and unless you think, all right, I need to push for 80 here, there's no reason to keep it. And 80 is a bad decision in all likelihood because you're in lane 3 and you need to not lose in those first 2 lanes. So.
Oh, and the truly the greatest item that could have come out there for Storm, the Blink Dagger picked up on these Time of Triumph units, and it's looking so rough in that middle lane.
That Potion of Knowledge could also be the best item because the last time he used one of those, it turned into a Time of Triumph. Let's see if these potions can continue to high roll for
now,
Stormlike.
If Xixo did draw a
wow, that enough magic.
Roared. Yeah.
So Stormlike just drew in enough magic, and if he wants to use it here, he can, absolutely, just take this tower, not allow Xixo to respond. That was a big pickup because Stars Align and Time of Triumph were on the side of Xixo. Now here, Xixo has no heroes, and that locks it up.
That was a quick series.
Fast game. And
series, it's over.
I mean, it feels like it.
He just surrendered.
That was very, very fast.
Yeah, man.
So That, I mean, impressive, but if you draw your pieces in the red-green mirror, it's going to look impressive. It's going to look easy.
Absolutely.
Right?
I mean, I told you, Xixo, man, he just needed a little bit of time to get his stuff together. He did lose, though, so I was wrong. The other guy, though, did great, man. What a champion indeed. So we going to see another quick boy like that again? I mean, what were we missing out there?
I mean, it's entirely possible that we see a quick one because we have red-green coming back, and it can high roll. And again, Stormlike has won, so he has to play the red-black deck. And the key to this match, as we've been kind of talking about throughout the day in these matchups, is can you keep the red-green deck from ramping, from playing its cards? If you can keep the green heroes down, right, through ganks and duels, then you have a shot. And it's going to be necessary because Xixo, unlike last game, has both pieces of the puzzle already in hand. We see a Stars Align, we see a Time of Triumph. It's a great start for Xixo.
Now, we've seen the good deck come out from Stormlight last time. I'm not going to say it's the bad deck, but it is time for Lodestone Demolition time.
Yeah, I mean, this is a Lodestone Demolition in hand.
That is very value.
And a Time of Triumph that is likely going to see play. We might see...
Holy shit.
We might see exactly what we wanted to.
I can't wait. I literally can't wait. I've never seen this card played.
I'm going to be honest. I've never seen it played either.
Yeah.
You joked about it. I do not know what the animation is.
I cannot wait to see the animation. Everybody, I know a couple of guys from Richard's in your circle. Is there a Richard? I know you're watching. I cannot wait to see your animation, Richard. Thank you for making it personally. This will be very exciting.
Yes, thank you, Richard.
Thank you.
All right, so Xixo only has duel available. Every other card unplayable because no green hero and not enough mana for the other options. And not many great dual options here except for the Tinker, but going to do it.
You know, I love round 1 duels. I think they're great, but is that worth it?
The good news is that's a round 2 duel.
Okay.
So it is going to end up being worth it in that regard.
Is it worth killing Tinker? I mean, he's in front of a creep. One more time, he's almost dead already. But... whatever.
Well, maybe Xixo's trying to set up the next level play where he says, all right, I'm not going to win this lane. Let's kill my Legion Commander so I can redeploy it in a couple of turns.
Oh, man. Now that is a duel right there. That's what Daddy's talking about.
Yeah.
Knock out that. If you're going to go down, you go down fighting, taking 2 for 1 there. And it's Green Hero, which is extremely valuable.
Yeah, that's exactly what we were talking about. Stormlike must have been listening to us. He's soaking in our knowledge and says, let's keep the Treant down. We also see that Lycan is threatening to die in the 3rd lane from the mini-map, if you will, the little red X.
Yep.
And that will delay Xixo a little bit.
Now let's talk about this power pizza that Xixo is eating right now. Will this have any effect? He did get some munching on. Xixo's getting some food. Will this make any kind of difference here?
All right, so unfortunately, Stormlike does not have Routed in his list because this would have been a fantastic time to play it.
Holy shit.
But he listened to you and he said, Routed is garbage, according to Slacks. Absolute garbage. I'd rather run Lodestone Demolition and Trebuchet in my list.
I would say 1 Routed, it's garbage. 3 Routed is, could be very good. You could just destroy a blue deck with a couple Routed. But what does 1 Routed do, buddy? Garbage card. If you plan on continuing your win, why even plan? You're already winning. Who cares?
All right, so Xixo picks up another Time of Triumph and a Mist of Avernus. Cannot play the Mist because he only has 1 hero on the board for this round. This is a bit of a solitaire round for Stormlike because other than this Beastmaster, there's nothing that Xixo can do. But he's going to have 4 heroes that he can deploy when they come back. He's got the Stars Align, and he has both Time of Triumph and Emissary in hand. So whatever he wants to do with those heroes, however he wants to set that up, it's going to be really impactful.
Yeah, and I'm not seeing too much impact with all these heroes be gone right now, buddy. He puts down a Trebuchet. That's high impact, though.
Yeah, really high impact.
That is, in fact, 2 impacts upon the tower. So that's good. But anyway, I killed all the heroes. That's great. Get some good money. Get some Blink Dagger, some items, but not seeing too much. These towers are looking real nice despite no one being on the board.
I mean, this is a bit of a Blink stare down, right? Both heroes have a Blink Dagger.
Shit.
They're kind of saying, where are you going? Because I'm going to follow you, and instead they both pass.
That's like an awkward high school dance. Everybody's ready to go do something, and then they just get too scared.
It's like an illegal knife fight in international waters.
What the hell are you talking about?
They both have daggers. They're shanking each other on the bow of a ship.
Chickens?
Sure. I have no idea how you connected that to chickens,
Oh,
but
I was thinking of cockfights, not knife fights. Sorry about that, buddy.
that's okay. I know it's on your mind.
4 heroes gonna be deployed here.
Yeah, this is a
Where do we
really
go?
important deployment for Xixo because there might be a temptation to go, I have a time of triumph pretty much guaranteed. Let's just stack them. However, there's no mobility available to Xixo.
Yeah.
He does not have Dark Seer, has no Blink Daggers, so doing so would mean that you are only going to win one lane and strand your heroes. We've seen that backfire, so Xixo rightly dividing these up, and I like this play. I would like to see 3 heroes in the middle lane personally, because if you time a Triumph there and then you still need mobility, you already have a Blink Dagger on that hero.
You goddamn fool, you fell right into the trap. He's got Lodestone. He can't 3 heroes into the mid lane. That's going to do a small amount of damage. That's going to be very bad. Can't go anywhere near those black heroes.
Right.
The Lodestone's too scary.
Too scary. So first lane looking entirely abandoned by Xixo. Just handing it over to Stormlike, saying, this is yours.
And, we got a few options here. Do you want to hip fire here? I mean, that's some pretty good damage. 7 and 8 being blocked, 15 additional. No!
I mean, I was not against necessarily like a Bronze Legionnaire and then maybe a hip fire, but we're going to TP the Bristleback instead. Replace it with a Legionnaire.
I'm very interested in that move there, but I'm going to have to assume that he did the right thing. To me, getting initiative and, doing massive damage, that sounds pretty good in my book, but maybe I'm crazy.
There might be a temptation to actually use enough magic here. You're going to secure the kill on Lich if you use it before he can blink away. You don't get to activate the Beastmaster hero ability, but you could just say, hey, I don't want this to get away from me. Instead goes with the Berserker's Call. That's also fine.
Same thing, but even better. And draws out that little boar as well. So now we are seeing some damage. No longer have to be scared of Lodestone Demolition as the black hero is killed. And who would have thought that card could get countered like this? You just don't put heroes in the lane with the 2 black heroes. That's crazy.
Yeah. Now, there is no duel in hand. There is no positioning in favor of Berserker's Call, so this is going to be a successfully resolved time of triumph.
But that actually... All right, now, I'm really not trying to meme here. This actually might bite him in the butt, though, if he times a Triumph. Yes, that's what I thought.
Yeah.
He's going to core him instead because the black hero could come back. For all he knows, he's got 3 Lodestones. That would take the tower.
Well, the other benefit of doing this is you save the creeps as well. There are 2
hype.
creeps that we're going to trade. Instead, now they are going to survive not just this turn, but future turns. So, Emissary, conservative, safe play. We might see Xixo, again, knowing that the Lodestone Demolition is in the opposing deck, we might see Xixo just wait to play Time of Triumph until you know you're going to use it to close out a tower and avoid the Lodestone altogether.
Yeah.
We joked about it up on the desk, but
you joked?
maybe the strategy is legitimately don't play Time of Triumph. And if that catches on, maybe more people will actually play Lodestone if it prevents Time of Triumph from being resolved.
I mean, the fact that he did have that quorum in there, I am shocked, but... In any other game, you play Time of Triumph.
Yeah, I mean, when was the last time you saw somebody have the ability to play Time of Triumph on 3 heroes and not take it?
Yeah, incredible. Simply incredible. Well, 33 damage onto this tower. He could have, I think, had this tower already last time. I've been very close, but it doesn't really matter now. We're going to put another Trebby. That's 4 damage, baby.
4 piercing damage per turn.
Holy woly. Does he hip fire himself now? No.
No, but he is going to Town Portal Scroll, so he has 2 black heroes to put wherever he wants this next round.
Here we go.
He's daring
Please.
Xixo to play a Time of Triumph.
Dude, that would be legitimately one of the hypest closeouts of all time.
Yeah. Unfortunately, I think Xixo is going to go Spring the Trap here.
Yes, and then close out the game because he's not stupid. But it would have been hype, though.
Yeah.
I would have been very excited. Let's talk more about our things that could have been.
Things that could have been.
Yes. Where would you be right now if you weren't in the artifact scene?
Dead.
Okay.
Artifact saved my life.
Wow.
Thank you, Richard Garfield.
Richard,
I would
another
have been
victory.
derelict on the streets.
I don't even know what that word means. Is that sexual?
Sure.
Derelict?
Yes. If that's what you need it to be, it is whatever you want.
That sounds nice. Surprised that he didn't actually just get lethal in here with that move, but whatever. What do I know? Put him in there.
I mean,
He's getting lethal next time anyway.
you're going to get
Quorum.
lethal the next round by doing this.
But why? Doesn't he have quorum already? He could have just got lethal already, buddy. Now, what do I know? Who cares?
Yeah.
Yeah. Don't say yeah after I say, what do I know? What's wrong with you, dude?
All right, so Trebuchet putting in work, dealing 4 whole damage to this tower.
Hey, man.
Spring the Trap comes down for Stormlike as he's trying to slow down this push.
Bruh.
And that's exactly why I think the Spring the Trap for Xixo ended up here. He said, hey, my opponent might play cards and block me.
That is very astute of you. Here we are. Hamburger Boy. Now, if the Quorum buffs up Hamburger Boy, he does get the same buff as if he killed a creep. What do we call that metaphor? Is that Mama shoving a hamburger down little Johnny's throat forcibly? I think so.
It's the intravenous feeding of the hamburger man.
Oh, man.
It's a feeding tube.
Wow, that's much sadder than the scenario I painted, I think. But this is a very harsh scenario here. I can't help but think that this is just cruelty to leave this game still going. We have 2 black heroes able to be deployed. We do have Chain Frost and nobody to stop him before he enters into that middle lane.
Yeah, but will it be enough? That's the question. There is no armor there except for on the one Beastmaster creep.
Now, I think, actually, before that happened, there could have been some plays there. You could have potentially put 1 black hero in the first lane, then hip-fired, and then Chain Frost. But with that move right there, I think we're just about done so.
Yeah, there is very little that Stormlight can do unless he draws something magical and unheard of. Only got 1 creep to help stall.
We do have Laser on Tinker.
Yeah.
That is something. However, he is going to have to commit both heroes, or he could have potentially...
The problem is that Xixo has enough magic.
Yeah.
Right? So unless you can prevent enough damage that enough magic doesn't finish this off, this is just over.
But remember, Chain Frost and Hipfire both have initiative.
That is true.
He could have done it in lane 1. And then we could have seen 1 less creep and then better Chain Frost, but...
Right. So if Chain Frost does 14 damage to this Beastmaster...
It could happen. It could happen.
Oh.
Charmer!
Oh, and I have to imagine we're just going to see enough magic come down, prevent any response, and Xixo's going to tie this series up.
That, however, my friend, don't forget it gives initiative.
You are right.
That is right. So he can't out enough magic. It does do enough. It stuns it out, and then that happens.
That's right. Jasper Daggers removes the disarm.
Oh.
And then we're going to see enough magic.
Oh.
Actually, you don't even need to do it now. You can just hit the button because they're out of mana. They're out of plays.
Very cruel right there.
I just really wanted enough magic.
That would have been nice. But
I wanted him to say enough.
Dang, man. We got close to seeing 1 more round on that, but no, that definitely didn't happen there. So sad times right there, my friend.
We're going to game 3, but it's fast games. Surprisingly, both times we saw red-green ramp, find the ramp, get things going early. That makes the games go rather quickly.
And I do have some great news for you guys. Guess what? Somehow the Lodestone Demolition deck did not win, which means we get 1 more chance to see that card see play before this tournament is over. If you're cheating, if you are watching the stream right now, please just play the card before you're eliminated. I do have to say, though, Stormlike, 2 level 1 Trebuchets coming out in round 1. That's hype.
Yeah, but we also see a turn 1 oath by Xixo. Turn 1 oath in the first lane.
Never seen this bite somebody in the ass except for literally every time, but...
Well, not every time. During the first WePlay tournament, we saw both Xixo and Hoej use the oath very early, very often, and somehow it did not punish them. So if there were any group of players who could make it work, I believe in them.
Okay, sure. I mean, Storm is visibly shook here until he, just...
Visibly shook.
Until he kills that creep. Do you want to kill the creep or do you want to kill PA? Because if PA dies, then the oath just goes away. Isn't that true, buddy?
Well, it does not go away. It's turned off. Like, the oath sticks around, but it doesn't provide the bonus unless there is a black hero present.
Commander.
So a little interested as to why to kill the creep first with that duel instead of just killing PA.
Well, I mean, I think you have to assume that Stormlike Khan is going to come down in that first lane.
Oh.
And you want to make sure that you have a creep there and they do not, so that they have to rely on RNG for Sorla to hit the tower.
You are so smart, Charmer. Really love casting.
No,
with you.
I just accidentally get it right sometimes.
Charmer, you're so smart, buddy. Sorla Khan, if I were playing this deck, gotta put her in that first lane. But Charmer, what is the personal rule that we have here at WePlay about Sorla Khan? Remind me?
Sorla Khan is not allowed to touch towers.
Sorla Khan don't hit towers.
Towers have a restraining order against Sorla Khan.
She ain't about that tower life, baby. She's about that block-up life. So
But, again, so that play earlier allowed more creeps, more bodies to be on the side of Stormlike.
Yep.
I'm a little disappointed that Stormlike did not get to play 2 trebuchets in that first turn, so
That's
you're
just
missing out on value.
However, this is amazing. Sorla Khan can literally play nothing. Great job, the Oath, coming out here. So,
Yeah, this is actually, if you wanted to get rid of the Sorla, this is a really safe hipfire because well, there is the item, right? So players can see that the opposing player has an item. Hipfire would deal 4 damage, get it down to 2. The phase boots would come down.
Now what you do here, though, is you hipfire the creep. So even if she has phase boots, she don't do anything. But we're instead going to play the Trebbies in the same lane that you're in, eliminating all of the value of that item.
Because you're not going to get an immediate trigger. And you're putting it in a lane where the oath is, which is saying, like, I'm going to continue to fight in a lane where you have an oath.
I mean, not really. Trebuchets do mean you can leave that lane, though.
But no, because you're not going to kill a tower with only trebuchets. They need help.
How do you know that? Have you done the math? That's 4 damage per turn divided by how many times to take a 4. That's only 10 rounds.
Yeah, so
that's completely feasible.
If a red-black mirror goes to where we have 14 max mana, I quit. I will walk out.
4 times 10 is 40.
Yes.
Wait, what? 4. I'll get back to you on this one, Charmer.
All right, so Xixo picks up a Stonehull Cloak and a Demagicking Maul, has a couple of black heroes coming down. We might see at least one of them go into this Oath lane because if you lose Sorla Khan again, it would be deactivated, and with 2 melee creeps going there, it's kind of too juicy to turn down. Yeah, so we see the Tinker go to reinforce it.
That's why you don't play Oath level 1. He literally has to play his entire strategy around trying to get this Oath to have any value, which it has done literally nothing except for preventing him from playing Tyler Estate, which is so good. Pick off in lane 1, which is so good. This is,
Yeah, I mean, you do bring up a fair point. So the Oath being in the first lane is extra crippling for a black deck because black as a color is known for their cross-lane plays, right? They value mobility. And if you can't do that from the first lane, then you lose out on some potential high-value initiative plays by playing cards like Pick Off or Gank to take out targets in lanes 2 or 3.
Yikes. Look at all of those. Oh, whoa, whoa. It marks the machines, though. That's an improvement, baby.
That is an improvement. So it is glowing, so it can go, according to Slacks here.
She glows, she go. Put her down, baby.
Now, it doesn't actually have to go in this lane. If you want, you kind of still cross-lane play it if you want to maybe clear a path in that second or third lane. The second lane is the one that's a little more contested.
Yep. And the third lane, you probably don't play it at all there.
And they do play it in that second lane, so Xixo knows what's up.
Oh, my God,
no.
not the Trebbies.
No, now it's even slower.
Oh,
Tick down on those trebuchets.
Now it's 20 rounds instead of 40 rounds.
Yeah.
Yikes. Good math. Disciple and Evermore really would love to be played in a lane like this, but it's just completely blocked up.
I am shocked right now.
What happened, buddy?
There is a smash their defenses in the hand of Stormlike, and they did not play it on this march. So that tells me they're saving that to turn off the Oath at a very key time, because otherwise, why do you hold on to it there?
You could still play it. Maybe you just want to see what the enemy is going to do. They could put an even better March of the Machines down here.
An even better, an upgraded March?
That would be 3 charges instead of 2, buddy. So technically, the value play would be to take out the new March of the Machines.
That would be it. Very next level. No, all right, here it comes. So they opt to smash now.
Sure. Who doesn't opt to smash now if you got the chance? People that respect the Lord.
People that say no to erotic massage.
That is correct. Our boy opting not to smash. Shout out. You know who you are on the panel.
All right. Xixo does not have hero deployments here. Sorlacon's still on the bench. Meanwhile, Stormlike can put Legion Commander and potentially Tinker. Yeah, I was going to say, I think that might have been a bit of an overcommit there, but Legion Commander going to come down in that first lane.
Looking pretty good there. I like that. We don't really have the tools to get rid of that Tinker, though. That would be good, and he does have lasers. So with initiative, I can't help but imagine that Legion was going to get lasered no matter where she went in this lane.
But Legion is in front of Tinker, which means Demagging Maul cannot take out that Trebuchet as of now. Gotta preserve the Trebuchet.
Thank God. So we are able to save that, but a bit of a confusing move with Tinker having that laser. You know, that's her only job is to try to block up that damage, which is very nice, but it'd be real nice if she didn't have to do that herself.
Yeah.
What?
Xixo opts to pass.
Huh.
I'm okay with this because right now, in order to kill this Tinker, you have to play another card, right?
Absolutely.
You would have to duel or maybe play a Berserker's Call, but it's not going to kill it outright, so then you could save the laser for the second time around, but you've made them waste a resource potentially, so
I see.
There's no rush, no hurry.
Yep.
That laser has a fairly long cooldown, so save it.
And with that move there, he knows that no duel is going to be coming out. He's a safe boy, so he can just eat that damage if he'd like.
Well, that Blink Dagger says that Tinker is not sticking around, so that's another reason to save the laser.
Wow, look at that.
Abandoning the Oath lane. Interesting.
I'm very interested, but I guess he's just sick of it not working out.
Sick of it not working out. Sick of the Trebuchet.
Nice March of the Machines there, knocking out the other Black Hero.
Very good March because it slows down the pace of Xixo. Xixo had a presence here, but this tower is still relatively healthy for Stormlike, only losing 25% of its health. It's down to 30. Bristleback gets a cloak.
We do have a duel. He is disarmed, but it could be a pretty sweet animation. So
I mean, yeah, it would be an okay animation, but why?
Don't do that. So disarmed on the axe here. Maybe a chance that he might have phase boost away just to get rid of that damage, not dying. But
yeah, we do see the phase boost because Stormlike kind of telegraphing, I want to get a lot of damage on this axe. I want you out of this lane. And coming here, I have to assume we're going to see a laser used on this axe.
Yep.
Otherwise, why bring Tinker here?
That's right. But he has to assume he's got Berserker's Call, even though he doesn't have it. It's round 6. That's an axe. And surprisingly, going to be hitting the creep instead. I guess he knows that he doesn't have a Berserker's Call, or he's not scared about losing Legion.
Instead saying, I want to keep the Legion Commander alive. Right? Because now that creep is not dealing damage to the Legion Commander. You do also open up, by bringing in Tinker here, Vandal and the Grunt to be played. So it would allow you to start pressuring this lane if you are truly abandoning that first lane. Pick off backwards is also great play.
Sure.
Gets rid of the opposing Tinker in that second lane.
And suddenly there's only one Black Hero available for Storm. We have yet to see the Lodestone. With a bated breath, we await to see if we will ever see that animation. But yeah, the match is looking pretty even Steven as we get into this kind of late game here.
So Sorlacon is going to be going to the middle lane. I think this is more about wanting to be able to play black cards than anything else, because you knew you were not going to hit a tower with the number of bodies that were in that particular lane. And unfortunately, Sorla ended up right in front of Bristle.
That is very unfortunate, but we all knew it was coming. So what do we do here? We do have Not too many things. Spring the trap, though. That's probably the play.
Yeah, spring the trap is a great play, and we do see it come down in that second lane. A lot of back and forth in that second lane.
Yeah,
this one going to be going over to Stormlike, not this time, but likely next round. Guaranteed in 2 rounds because of the trebuchet. So even if it's somehow everything is blocked, it'll go to 1, and then the trebuchet will actually get in there.
Absolutely so devastating. Very interesting here that Axe can clear the way for Stormlike, in fact, with that duel, and do some pretty big old damage right there. So
yeah, Axe would, you know, have to suicide unless you play the Fountain Flask first, but then you risk giving something away to the Bristleback. There is an item in hand on Stormlike's side, so you don't know, you know, it might be a flask or a heal of their own, right, to counter your heal. So
seems like it might be time to make that big decision, and he's actually going to heal up
and he's
first.
Going to do it. All right.
A greedy play.
That tells me that he wants to duel with this Axe.
Yep. A greedy play that could have bit him in the booty if that was anything but a TP scroll, but since it is, not too bad at all. We're going to duel with that Axe, most likely opening up the tower and getting some massive damage in the lane that it needs to happen in. Stormlike does hit towers today.
Yeah. I didn't know this was allowed, but here it is.
Here we go. You know, you could really get crazy and Disciple of Nevermore for some even more damage.
You could. I just personally feel like a March of the Machines play is going to be your best bet. It will help you start clearing things out because you have some creeps that are not going to trade. If you don't like March, then Vandal also gets some additional damage in, but you need to pressure both this tower and the third lane. March is a great way to do that.
She's dead, though, next round. March of the Machines is going to kill her with that negative armor.
Absolutely.
So why not just go all in, baby? Get that damage out while you can with Disciple. Hit it up! Hit it up, Charmer!
All right, so the March of the Machines does come down.
Whatever, Charmer. And she's dead next round on that upkeep kill. Not something that you want to see happen, but this is a nice place for a Disciple right here. Finally, this round has been cleared out.
Well,
could still have that.
I hear what you're saying, but Stormlike answers with Spring the Trap, and suddenly the Disciple is a lot less impressive.
Still could put 2 down, though, and take the tower. You see that shit, Charmer?
All right.
Did you see that shit right there? Put another one down. Why not? Take the tower, move on, let's go.
You also could take the tower with a Vandal if you wanted to save the second Disciple for another lane.
Nobody wants that, Charmer. The Vandal is 2 value. I mean, that's a
it's
game.
An Aglody value Vandal.
That's what I'm talking about,
all right,
buddy.
And you are correct. Xixo says, I like this Slacks guy. I like the way he thinks. Double Disciple. Let's just pile on the damage.
I mean, with that open up, you're looking for, you know, maybe even rolling for an 80 if the situation has to call it out. That's a lot of damage. You can stack that bad boy up if you want. Let's not forget, there are more oaths. 2 more oath draws in here, and we're looking at some near lethal
I believe
stuff.
it's only 1.
Don't do this, Charmer.
I feel like I remember that Xixo has went down to 2. Yes, 2 Disciples, 2 oaths.
No.
They used to run 3, him and Hoej, but they made some modifications. This is now a larger than 40 cards deck, and unfortunately, oath is down to 2 copies.
And here we are. Now, big decision here. Do you actually put PA in that lane and help out with that situation because Stormlike's going to die? Or do you put her in lane 1 and gank? Oh, wait, you can't because there's a freaking oath. You've ruined your opportunity to do anything in that first lane.
Yeah, that turn 1 oath, okay, but the fact that it was the first lane.
It was not okay.
It's okay.
It was awful. He didn't do anything with it, but okay. It was okay.
It was okay. I mean, it turned out in the end to be less effective than the trebuchets, but it was okay.
It was not okay. All right, so don't touch that dial, I would say, on this one. You want to keep initiative in that next lane just so that you have some things that you could do. That's going to open up a Potion of Knowledge play right here, but will that matter at all?
If you didn't want to keep initiative, I wouldn't have been shocked if we would have saw a Town Portal Scroll and maybe even Lich eating that Legion Commander to get it out of there.
Robot fight!
But instead, keep initiative. It's very important because Chain Frost gonna clean up Xixo's lane.
Now, how does this
That is
work?
very nice, my friend. Very nice indeed.
Ooh,
Jasper Daggers to get some extra damage in.
Oh, yeah.
And all of a sudden, Stormlike is in a really good spot. This Tinker has to blink out. You're not going to push 80 this turn, and you are facing losing in that second lane. This has to be a blink backwards. The only thing that you want to consider doing is a pick-off or a gank
Pick-off
from here.
is looking pretty good on this creep right here, you know?
Yeah.
That wouldn't be the worst thing in the world, but a gank, you could kill Tinker, but Bristleback's going to be coming back next time just to put more damage anyway. He's actually going to go for it.
I do not like this, and here's why. If you're going to suicide your Tinker like that,
yeah,
I got nothing.
Okay. You really
Sorry,
baited me on that
No,
one.
I did the math wrong. So I was expecting that this Tinker was going to die by ganking first because of the negative armor. But I had forgotten that at the end of the combat phase, the last turn, the Stonehall Cloak added 2 more health.
I see.
So
a small mistake, Charm.
yeah,
Don't worry about it.
I was remembering the health it had from last turn, was not paying attention.
And a pick-off used as well.
So they
Nice.
use it on that because it's going to die to the March of the Machines.
I like that a lot. That is pretty smart.
It's still effectively getting rid of a Centaur, but you're opening it up so that if you draw another March of the Machines, then it would potentially do nothing for you because you won't have a black hero to play it ahead of time.
That is right. And the first lane has Oath in it. So,
well, you can play March from the Oath lane.
That is true. I did forget about that. Great job, Charmer. It caught me again. I should know that. That's the whole point of my all-improvement deck. You Oath and then you play improvements. But what can you do? So, there we go. The showdown in the middle lane. We've got 2 heroes coming out. First Storm, he is got himself a obliterating orb in the side shop. Very exciting. And the Hourglass. Hourglass going to be purchased mostly just to keep his heroes beefy this time. Doesn't really care about the effect of it.
I think that's just a case of trying to rifle through the item deck, get some health. Now, we are going to see a little bit of 2-on-2, if you will, but unfortunately, Stormlike not playing fair and brought an awful lot of creeps with him in that lane. Some of them are going to die off from the March of the Machines, though.
Or they will die.
And if somehow Xixo can survive this round, it might move in his favor because of the 3 heroes that are coming back next round. It's a very tall order, however, to survive here.
Yeah, but with that move, though, initiative is potentially lost. We could hip fire.
You can hip fire your own creep.
Yeah. So
that's entirely reasonable, and it's a very, very good play if you want to open up with a Chain Frost in the next lane.
Okay, well,
and
forget about that.
Nope, I want another body there.
I mean, Chain Frost would kill the Tinker, but I think this one is...
Well, here's the problem. There was no black hero here, so that's why the blink came over. You can't Chain Frost here. You can't do anything with those black cards until Lich comes over. So.
Yeah, okay. So, we await to see if this is even possible to save. Charmer, you doing the math here. We do have Laser. Very strong ability.
Yep.
Wow. Okay.
All right. Xixo might be playing for the tie.
I believe he is. 9-9-9. Chain Frost.
Unfortunately for Xixo, not going to happen.
Now, couldn't he just hip fired, then blinked, then Chain Frost, and just skip all that nonsense?
Maybe.
Okay. No problem. Anyway, so... Bronze Legionnaire also there, going for the tie, a respectable attempt, but the commander has been betrayed by her own soldier.
There does not appear to be any outs. You have 2 creeps that you can play to soak, right? So you have Stonehall Elites, you have Legion Standard, but you can only soak, 8 damage in front of the Bristle, 7 in front of the Lich.
I'm not sure what he's thinking about right now, but there it is.
Hold on. Could have soaked 15. I think that would have taken it to 1.
You think?
Right?
I mean, but he's just depressed. He didn't even, just had to let it go. So, very unfortunate, my friends. We did not get to see Lodestone yet again.
No Lodestone Demolition. The animation, we still don't know what it looks like.
It remains a mystery to us this very day. But we do have some exciting news in the tournament. Let's go back to the analyst panel as they talk about our... Rest in peace, buddy.